ounces of cottage cheese blended up. And of course, you're going to want to season the whole thing with some kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Move the noodles around just a little bit to loosen them up. Then stick in a 350-degree oven for 55 minutes, taking it out halfway to stir the outside edges. Once it's out, you know the drill. Mix everything up until it's fully combined. At this point, I decided I wanted to add some celery seed and some paprika, for you guys. And for color, I think it looks nice. Check for seasoning, then top the whole thing with thinly sliced fresh tomatoes and crushed Ritz crackers. No joke, this is one of my favorite things I've ever made. I loved it. Where else am I going with this?
Recipes from Cooking Mama. Make some cuts on the fat to prevent it from curling. Back of the knife, we're just gonna flatten the meat. Form it back into a shape. Salt and pepper both sides. 1 egg, flour, cold water, mix together to the consistency you're looking for. Cook the pork chop in the batter and then panko. Fry for 3 minutes on each side. For the sauce, we're gonna use some soy sauce, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, sugar, ground up some roasted sesame seeds, mix together.
What the heck is a blondie? It's the perfect combination between a brownie and a chocolate chip cookie. This is literally one of the easiest recipes ever, and these are so delicious. Mix 1 stick of melted butter with 1.5 cups of brown sugar. Mix it all together until everything's super well combined. Crack in 2 eggs and none of the shell, and a heavy dash of vanilla. Mix it together until it's nice and creamy, just like that. Add in 1.5 cups of flour, a half teaspoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. Add in a cup of chocolate chips. Oh my gosh. The hardest part about this recipe is not eating all of the dough before you bake it. Place the batter into a grease tray and bake at 350 for about 20 to 30 minutes. Once they're done, they should look a little something like this. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the tops? They've got that nice crinkly finish. Once they're cool, cut into squares and serve. These are such a crowd pleaser and literally so easy to make. Don't forget to check out my Instagram and YouTube for more content.
Make this delicious chicken salad with me, seasoned with garlic powder and lemon pepper.
Let's do some cooking.
Let's make baked feta pasta, mac and cheese, and let's make it Spanish feta style. Add 2 blocks of feta to the center of a casserole dish. Then pour in a pound of dry macaroni or your small pasta of choice, along with 4 cups of half and half and 2 cups of water. Add a nice sized sprinkle of kosher salt and give it a little bit of a stir. Next, drizzle your feta with some extra virgin olive oil and crack some fresh black pepper over top. Then pop it in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. When it comes out, you know the drill. Break up the feta and start mixing everything together. I only added 4 cups of liquid before I put it in the oven, and I needed to add more, so that's why I told you to add 6. Add 2 cups of Parmesan cheese now, or you can add it at the beginning phase as well. Give that a stir, then add a bunch of spinach. You can add fresh or frozen, just make sure frozen is well drained and warmed up. Next, add your phyllo dough topping. I will show you how to do this in another video. Then just break in and enjoy. Where else can I take this trend?
I'm getting married in a few weeks, and here's some of my favorite healthy recipes. Cut your bok choy in half, and if it's really big like this, cut it in half again. In a pot, add in some salt, a little bit of oil, blanch for 3 to 4 minutes. In a pan, add in vegetarian oyster sauce, soy sauce, garlic, sesame oil, a pinch of sugar. Let it simmer for 1 to 2 minutes. Drizzle on the sauce.
Let's make chocolate peanut butter s'mores brownies. First, mix your dry ingredients in a bowl. Then mix your wet ingredients in a separate bowl. Then once your wet ingredients are mixed up, add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients and mix to combine. Once your brownie batter's mixed up, add it to an 8x8 baking dish that's been greased and lined with parchment paper. I added half of my brownie batter first, then a few heaping scoops of my chocolate peanut butter spread, then the rest of the brownie batter topped with some chocolate chips, and then baked at 325 for 40 to 45 minutes. seconds. Once it comes out, I can't stress this enough, wait for it to cool completely before adding your homemade marshmallow fluff. Otherwise, it'll kind of melt on top and runneth over like mine did. I also torched the top of mine for that s'mores effect. This was my first time making homemade brownies from scratch, and while they came out a little underdone, I have to say I kind of prefer them that way. Really messy, but really